So this video is the life of a teacher in Vung Tau. So I'll show you guys what I usually do, where I'm teaching, and all that stuff. So first we're gonna go to Kindy. My Kindy is about 5 minutes away. Usually I get a ride from another lady that works there, which is cool, so I can save on transport. And I teach there for about 70 minutes, from 3 to 4:10. I have a short break in between the Kindy and the language center at night. So I finish the Kindy around 4:10, and then either I start the language center at 6, but some nights 7. So I have like a little break in between. Usually I'll have a snack, sometimes a coffee. And then I will teach at the language center at nighttime, anywhere from like 6 to 9 p.m. or sometimes 7 to 8 p.m. Just depends on the day. So it's either like an hour and a half or 3 hours at the language center. But the kindergarten is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and it is a total of 70 minutes each day, Monday through Friday. So I have the same kids, same class, 5 days a week. One class 30 minutes, one class 40 minutes. And at the language center, each class is 1.5 hours. So you have the same kids for 1.5 hours, and usually you will have them once or twice a week. So most of my classes I have twice a week, and then a couple classes I have once a week. So we'll take you along, and you can see the life of a teacher in a province.
What's up, guys? I'm in Mysore, India. I'm chilling with this cow here. If this cow were to give me mad cow disease, I would want to have health insurance. And if you're going to live as an expat, you're going to want to have health insurance too. He's either biting me or licking me. He's licking me. Aw, hello.
You're so cute.
See, if I get sick from touching this cow, I want to have health insurance, right? So Safety Wing is a good health insurance for people like me who travel around the world and live in interesting places. I'm covered. If I get sick in India, at least I got health insurance. Safety Wing is designed for people who move around and who travel, so it's the perfect health insurance for people who live our kind of lifestyle.
Hey guys, so this is the day in the life of a teacher, starting at kindergarten. Hopefully you like this content. Definitely subscribe and share. So I just finished Kindy. It's about 70 minutes. So I do 40 minutes one class, 30 minutes the next class. All they really give you is flashcards. So I can show you guys some of the flashcards. Now we're doing jobs. So they have like this folder, and they have all different flashcards, artist, doctor, whatever. And these kids are 4 to 5 years old. So the first class for 40 minutes, they are 5 years old. And then the second class I have for 30 minutes, they are 4 years old. And they're both doing basically the same topics. So we have about a month to cover each topic. Last month was like family, places in the house. This month is jobs. And like, what does your mom do? What does your dad do? Stuff like that. So that's what you're going to be teaching. I actually bought some props from Lazada online. I think I spent about $5 on that. Hey guys, just finished Kindy. Kind of looks like this. It's in a little villa. I have all these rooms. I'm up on the 3rd floor. This is the 2nd floor. And this is the Kindy. This is where we do some of the testing. Office where we sign in, and they have like this whole backyard thing where the kids can play. I think they have a garden too. Alright, so these are the toys I brought on Lazada. I got 2 hammers. One broke already. So annoying. But they're only $1.50 each. They're super cheap, really cheap. And then I got this dice, some stickers, Christmas stickers, and just some balloons and stuff. And I got reimbursed for this. So I bought it myself, and then in my paycheck they just reimbursed me $5. So that's kind of cool. These are some of the classrooms. Here's like another one of the classrooms. Usually it's whiteboard. You can pull this down and then there's a projector. How often do you exercise?
Often. Do my exercise
Twice a week. Okay, good. What is the best time to exercise?
I think the best time to do exercise is in the morning.
Good. Okay. What are some things you consider when buying clothes?
They are each size money.
Price. Okay. I usually consider size, color, and price. Okay, who wants to go next? Me! 3 differences, okay?
Nhưng mà bây giờ quay bác sân trời trên taxi.
Good.
Khi nào á, giờ bây giờ đi chưa bác sân trời, khi nào trên taxi. Nhưng mà bây giờ the main is wearing a flat and going shower hết. Nhưng mà bây giờ the man is wearing a uniform. Nhưng mà bây giờ the man is reading a map. Bây giờ the man is reading a book.
Tự làm mình đau xong giờ đi tặng anh mà tại sao?
Okay guys, so that was my Friday night at the Language Center. So at the Language Center, I have younger kids, but I also have older kids. So like with the younger kids, it's still the same amount of time for each class. Each class is 1.5 hours. With the younger kids, it's more like games and jumping around and stuff, like musical chairs, you know, stuff like that. And with the older kids, it's mostly speaking. So they have like a speaking exam every 16 weeks. And basically for 16 weeks, we practice the same questions. And I just try to help them to answer the question, to understand the question, and answer it like fluently, like more like a native speaker would answer it, right? And then the Vietnamese teacher is helping them with the grammar and all that. So with the older classes, I'm really just doing speaking. Like it's only speaking. I think one of the classes is, you'll see, I'll put it in this video, you'll see a little bit of it. It's kind of hard to film at the Language Center though, because there's like logos everywhere, and yeah, it's just a little bit difficult to film there. I'll try to insert some footage though. But anyway, one class, I don't know, I think it's like about 9 or 10 questions. The other class, it's like a picture, 2 pictures, and then they have to tell me what the difference is. They need to be able to form and answer questions in English. So I'm just kind of helping them. Another thing is at the language center, the TA kind of runs the show, right? So with the kindergarten, it's more, I have to be a little bit more responsible. With the kindergarten, I have the kids 5 days a week, you know, so I know all their names. And it's really just me and 2 babysitters. And the babysitters will jump in if the kids are like really bad, like they're acting up, they're crying, they're fighting. Okay, the babysitter will jump in. But like with actual English, I'm pretty much on my own. Like I need to use Google Translate to talk to the babysitter because her English is not good, you know. And I speak a little Vietnamese, but it only goes so far. Whereas like with the language center, I have a qualified TA. She speaks fluent English. Some of them have like master's degrees in teaching. So they actually know how to teach kids. So they already know like the structure for the class, right? So they know like first you do this, then you do this, then you do this. If the kids are not listening, you do this, you know? They have all little tips and tricks to teach. So that's kind of helpful with the language center. Like if the kids are acting up or I'm not sure like how to present the lesson, right? So then the TA can actually help me. Like she speaks English, I can ask her, you know, oh, what should I do for this? What is your suggestion? Sometimes they'll suggest to me some games like, oh, this topic has no flashcards, so let's do this game. You know, something like that. Like they really help me a lot more at the language center than at the kindergarten. In the language center, there's only 1 TA, right? You only get 1 TA. The classes are anywhere from like 8 students to 30. Like most of my classes are pretty small, like 8, 12 students. The class I had tonight, there was only 6 students. Usually there's 12 though. But today there was only 6. My biggest class was actually the younger kids on the weekends, and that class had 30 students, which is unusual. So the language center has a couple of different branches. One of them is 5 minutes from my house. The other one is about 30 minutes, so that's kind of annoying. I wanted to go over the transport. So they do have Grab in the provinces. In some provinces, they do have San, X-A-N-H, space S-M, it's called, San SM. And those are the 2 rideshare apps that you can get in the provinces. There's not really Be here. There's not really Gojek here at all. So those are my 2 options. Most of the time I use Grab because it's fast and reliable, but it is pricey. Like to go to the center that's close to me, it's not that bad. It's about, I want to say like 60 or 70 cents, right? And I have to go there and I have to come back. So that's 2 rides. But then when I go to the second branch, that's 30 minutes away, it cost me $2 to go there, right? So just to go there costs $2, then to come back costs $2. So that's already $4. So I do not teach at the further branch much. I only go there once a week because it's really not worth it, you know, the transport. So you need to watch out for that. But if you want to drive a motorbike, I think you're fine. It's gonna be way cheaper than taking Grab. The thing is liability, right? So I do not drive a motorbike. I probably could, but I don't drive a motorbike because I don't have a license here. So that's money. If the cops pull you over, you don't have a license, you have to pay. Also, accidents, it's always the foreigner's fault, right? So I don't know. I just don't want to be liable for anything. So I pay the extra fee and I use the rideshare apps. As you saw earlier at the kindergarten, they only give me flashcards, and then I bought all those toys on Lazada and got refunded. Whereas in the language center, they have a lot more resources. So as you saw earlier, they have a whiteboard, they have a projector, so you can pull down the screen that shows basically everything the students have in their books is on the screen, or for the smaller kids, the flashcards are on there. There's a lot of videos about the content that we teach. There's a bunch of different videos for the vocabulary, so you have a lot of videos to play. You have virtual flashcard, you have physical flashcard. They have some toys and stuff for them as well at the language center. So they give you like a lot more resources at the language center than at the kindergarten. Like the kindergarten, they just gave me flashcards. A lot of people would ask like, which one do I like better? I have to say, so far I like the language center better, just because it's basically like getting on a train. Like everything is already set up for me. All I have to do is walk in, look at what I need to teach 5 minutes before, and walk in the classroom, and everything is on a computer, right? So there's a computer hooked up to a projector. Everything's on there. All I need to look at really is the topics, and everything else is set up for me. Whereas in the kindergarten, it's a lot more work. I need to come up with games for the kids. I need to really drill them with vocabulary. They do have TVs in the classroom, but like we never use them. We never use the TVs. They have speakers, so I can play music, which is awesome. Also, the kindergarten, they have AC, but they never use it. So it's hot in there. There's 3 floors. It gets really hot in there. Whereas in the language center, they have AC. They have a huge fan. It's way more comfortable. Also, the language center is usually at night. So it's 6 p.m. or later. In weekdays, on a weekend, it is during the day. But once again, you have AC and a fan, so it's not that bad. The kindergarten is in the afternoon when it is the hottest time of day, right? So the kindergarten is 3 to 4:30, and it's hot. I mean, there's AC in the classroom, but they don't use it. There are, I'm trying to remember, I think there's 2 fans, but they're mostly on the kids. So, and we're jumping around in the classroom. It's not like we're just sitting there. Like sometimes, yes, we're drilling the words, but most of the time we're playing games, you know, because that's how they learn. So after Kindy, I'm like sweating, and it is almost an hour and a half, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the kindergarten is not worth it with all the work I have to do. You know, I have to memorize the kids' names. There's no real TA. It's just babysitters, you know? So right now, I would say I'm liking the language center more because I basically do not need to think at all. I just walk in, say the words, play the games, get out. You know, the kindergarten, I need to, every single day, it's the same kids, right? So you can't play the same games every day. They get bored, they'll get like restless and start fighting. So I need to come up with like all these new games every day. And I don't know, sometimes I think it's not worth it. Okay, so to be honest with you guys, with the kindergarten, I go there 5 days a week. And it's like almost an hour and a half. It's 70 minutes. And that pays for my rent here. So I don't know, really can't complain. Like just that alone pays my rent. So that's pretty cool. Just shows you how much further your salary goes in a province, right? So I do work most of my hours at the language center, which is nice. And I kind of like that I just have the same class twice a week or once a week. It's like a lot less pressure for me. I do know some of the kids' names, but I don't need to know all of their names because the TA does most of the discipline, you know? So yeah, this overall, working in a province it's okay. There's definitely pros and cons. Another thing with the language center is I need to arrive 5 minutes early, right? And that is not paid, okay? So I have to go there 5 minutes early. I need to take out like this book and see what I'm teaching for the evening for each class. So if I have 2 classes, there's gonna be 2 folders, and I have to look at what I'm teaching, and then I have to write in a group what I'm teaching and all that. So I have to come 5 minutes early. Then I stand for about 10 minutes at the door and greet the students. So I'm at the door until a little bit after the class starts. So if the class starts at 6, I'm at the door until 6:05. And then I go up and I start the lesson. So it's kind of like I come 5 minutes early, but then I'm not teaching for 5 minutes. I'm sitting at the door. So it's kind of, I mean, it's still free work, but it's not that bad. And then I have to write in a group message what I'm gonna do before class. And then I have to do the same thing after the class. So after the class, I finish teaching 5 minutes early and fill out an after class form, and that is through a group message, right? So it's after class in a group message. I finish the class 5 minutes early, fill that out, and then I'm on the door again for 5 minutes. So it's kind of, it's a little annoying because sometimes you forget about it, or sometimes you are a little bit late, right? You arrive a little late and then you're rushing around. Sometimes if you arrive late, the TA will have taken the folder upstairs already, you know? So then when you enter the class, you need to quickly text on your phone, what are you going to teach? You know, stuff like that. So it is like a little tiny bit annoying. It is free work, but it's not so bad because, you know, you're not in Ho Chi Minh City breathing exhaust pipes all day, you know? We're dealing with the pollution. So it's definitely, I think it's worth it. I don't know if like I would teach here long term. Do you know what I mean? Because it's, I don't know, I just know like how much I can make in Ho Chi Minh and how I can get another job like very quickly. And me doing free work here, it's like, I don't know how I feel about it, really. It's kind of annoying because a lot of the other teachers are not even native speakers. So yeah, they try to, you know, pay a lower salary, get non-native speakers so they can pay a lower salary, you know? Whereas like Ho Chi Minh, you leave a school, you can get another school the next day, really. It's not hard to find work, whereas in a province, you know, it's a lot smaller. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to, you know, leave a job, get another job with enough hours, stuff like that. Anyways, I hope you guys like this content. Definitely like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell if you like this content, because there's gonna be more coming soon. Definitely check out some of our other teachers that have come over and taught in Vietnam. We have some teachers that went over to Cambodia. Definitely check out those videos. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video about what it's like to teach in a province in Vietnam. And hopefully this was helpful to you. Brush your face and wash your teeth, son.
Reborn abroad helped me retire in Vietnam.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Years later, we're still friends, so hit us up.
Reborn abroad, they're legit. They got me a job. I'm pretty happy.
Reborn abroad got me a job in Vietnam.
Reborn abroad got me a job.
Brush your teeth.
Hey, what's up? I'm D from Canada. Hook up with the New York Nomad if you want a smooth ride into Vietnam or any Southeast Asian countries.
Hey, my name is Aaron. Get in contact with the New York Nomads. If you want to get into Vietnam, hit them up. They'll get you in securely and professionally.
Yo, this is Uncle Hollywood. I'm telling you right now, the New York Nomad got me a job. He's legit. Hit him up. Check him out.
New York Nomad set me up in Vietnam.
Yo, my man got me a job. Come to Vietnam.
Hey, what's up, guys? You thinking about coming to Vietnam? You're not sure where to start. You've heard a lot of things online. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's not. We offer a consulting service where we help you get on your feet in Vietnam. We give you advice on negotiating contracts with employers. We help you with real estate agents, visa agents that are reliable and that you can trust. And we help you get started in this amazing country and get on your feet. We help you get into different opportunities that might be more difficult for you if you were just landing in the country on your own. And we help you avoid a lot of the pitfalls and problems that you could have as a newcomer here. We provide you with reliable job recruiters, visa agents, real estate agents, and advice. If you guys are thinking about coming to Vietnam, hit us up for a consultation. We'll help you get started, help you get on your feet, and hopefully you'll love Vietnam as much as we do.